Hey guys, welcome back to another helping of Crazy Easy Keto. So today we are making cloud bread, which is a low carb bread substitute, which is mostly made of eggs. So we've got our 3 eggs here and we're gonna actually separate them out. Whites will go in one bowl and yolks will go in the other. I also have 2 ounces of cream, good old cream cheese measured out into this bowl here, and that the yolks will go into. The bowl with the whites, the only other thing we're gonna add is a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar. You could also use baking powder, whichever you prefer or happen to have on hand. Either one's fine. And then finish it off with whatever seasonings you like. Today, I am gonna actually use this French fry seasoning, but you can use, garlic salt, onion powder, Italian seasoning if you want, or another one that I really like actually is the everything bagel seasoning is really, really good on it. Okay, so now that we've gone over our ingredients, I'm gonna start our steps over here. So the first thing you wanna do is preheat your oven to 300. Today I'm actually using the convection feature on my oven. If yours doesn't, that's okay. Still set your oven to 300. It'll just take a little bit longer. We're talking like 18 minutes, 20 minutes convection, or if you're baking conventional, more like 30, but it'll still turn out great. I have a big old baking sheet here that I've already greased with some butter. You can use whatever you like, cooking spray, any of that is just fine. Alternatively, you can also line it with parchment paper. Okay, so we're gonna separate our whites from our yolks here. And I just give it a good tap on the side, break the shell pretty evenly in half, and then just transfer it back and forth to separate out the yolk from the white. Ta-da! It's okay if there's some white still left with the yolk. You just really don't want any of that yolk in with your egg white bowl. And throw the yolk into that one with the cream cheese and do it again. Come on, there we go. Okay, and there's that one. Where's that last egg? It rolled away on me, guys. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, that didn't crack very well, so this could be a mess. All right, whew, saved it. Okay, there we go. So you got your whites and your yolks separated. And then now you're just gonna take your mixer here and you're gonna whip these egg whites for probably about 5 or 6 minutes until they get nice and fluffy. So you just wanna whip your egg whites till they're nice and fluffy. Get as much air into them as you possibly can so that your bread has a nice amount of volume and has a bit of rise to it so it's not super, super flat. And bring them up. We've got nice peaks standing up off of the beaters. That's exactly what we were looking for. That's perfect. Okay, just gonna tap those off real quick. Move that out of the way. Now we're gonna take our other bowl. You know what, guys? It just occurred to me I never put the cream of tartar in. It's not totally necessary. It's to help the egg whites whip up easier, but as you can see, totally fine if you forget it. Oh my goodness, you guys. See, this is why you love me, because I'm a hot mess. And then you're just gonna mix this up together until it is all well incorporated. So you just wanna mix these up until you don't have any clumps of cream cheese. You just want it kind of nice and smooth. Should only take a couple of minutes. Easy peasy. Okay, so now that we've got both of those pretty well mixed up, so that's all nice and creamy, and this over here is lovely and fluffy, what you're gonna do is very, very gently fold the egg whites into the yolk and cream cheese mixture. You wanna do this gently because you wanna keep as much of that air that you just whipped into these whites still in them as possible. So I just scoop some in, get the rest in there. Do you guys see how well this is standing up? It's big, it's fluffy. That's exactly what you want. The more air you can get into it, the better. Okay. And just gently, gently, gently fold it in, get it incorporated. So if you don't get it mixed in well enough, you'll end up biting into like just egg white, which I mean isn't a bad flavor, but probably not what you want when you're trying to have bread. Okay, so you see how that's nice and fluffy and foamy still? Perfect. Okay. And now we're gonna grab this quarter cup here, and we're just gonna scoop quarter cups out onto our baking sheet. That way they're fairly uniform in size. They probably won't be exactly the same shape, but there you go. So just keep on going. Get that whole sheet filled up. And I really like using this big, huge baking sheet I've got here, because then I can put it basically fills up the whole rack on my oven, but then everything is all on the same level, and I know they're cooking at the same temperature and cooking evenly throughout. Now, it's up to you whether you mix the seasoning in when you're mixing the whites into the yolk and cream cheese mixture, or I like to just sprinkle it on top personally. But again, it's whatever your preference is. And as you guys can probably see, I am making a mess because that's what happens when I try and do this on camera. I'm trying to focus on so many different things. It doesn't always turn out as beautiful as I would like, but still delicious. So, and as you guys can maybe see, as I'm getting down through this, they tend to get a bit runnier the longer it takes to get them onto the pan, which is okay. It just means that they will spread out and be a little thinner. They won't puff up as much, but still totally good. I actually really like the thin ones for making sandwiches, especially because then they spread out and they're bigger. They're a better size for like putting meat and cheese on. Oh, I know I talked about doing like savory seasonings, but if you're feeling adventurous, you can also do like some sugar substitute and cinnamon to do like a sweeter version if you are a big fan of cinnamon toast, or you want to try and do a low-carb French toast. Fry them up with some butter. All right, so now let's get these bad boys in the oven here. There we go. Or I could stop and actually put the seasonings on them. Guys, I am a mess today. Man. Goodness. There we go. Jeez Louise. I swear some days I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached. All right. They are in the oven, and I will be back in about 18 to 20 minutes when they are done. All right, and they are ready to come out of the oven. Let's take a look at these guys. Please excuse my kids in the background. They're a little excited. It's spring break. Okay. And there they are. All perfect and golden brown and beautiful on the bottom as well. And that's it. Now it's ready to make a sandwich. You can make, you know, grilled cheese or whatever kind of filling you want on there. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you try out this recipe, let me know in the comments. Also, tomorrow I am starting a whole new video series called Feast or Fail. You guys don't want to miss that. Anyway, one last time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.